Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We always could spot a friend. Welcome back. And I smile when I think how you must have been.
Welcome back to our This Is Me series, a chance to interact with one another, to share stories and reflect on who we are and whose we are as God's people together. So our two topics for today are what's something that you or most of you would never guess about me, and what are some of my most prized possessions. So a couple things that you would probably never guess about me is I was a member of a fraternity, a Greek group in college, and I was a assistant pledge master my junior year, and I chose and really wanted to be senior pledge master or head of pledging or new member time. So I was the senior pledge master, and the pledges or new members that I brought into the fraternity were always respectful, but always wondered, how I could wanted to be a pastor and be a pledge master. And for me, it was about teaching respect, teaching legacies, not so much about fear, but about how we can do things much greater than we can do by ourselves. And bringing each other kind of into this family setting as many Greek groups are. And I really enjoyed it. It was a challenge. I had a lot to depend on my other fraternity brothers, my own pledge class, as we brought in those that would replace us as we graduated. I'm also a member of the Masonic Blue Lodge, and I hold the rank of a Master Mason, which in all things isn't very high up, but I enjoy being in Masonic Order. In Ohio, I was part of a lodge, and we'll see where that goes. I got into the lodge because my maternal grandfather, which I'll talk about later, was in the Masonic Lodge, and he became the highest ranking order that you cannot do yourself. So he was a 33rd Scottish Rite Master Mason. Another thing about me is I have had orthopedic surgery on orthoscopic, not orthopedic, orthoscopic knee surgery when I was 15 years old from a football injury, and I've had to learn how to walk again and how to play sports and compete on a whole different level. So that was one of the greatest things that I've overcome at a young age. And our last thing is I'm not a very tall person. I'm 5'9", but in middle school and high school, I was a hurdler participating in the 110 high meter hurdles and the 300 intermediate hurdles, and really had no problem getting over them. I don't think I ever tripped in a race, maybe during practice, but I loved hurdles, and for my short stature, one of the shortest guys doing hurdling in competition, I thought I did quite well. So moving on to most prized possessions. So there's three things. Those scenarios where you talk about if you had to get out of your house because a tornado's coming or a fire, usually you do this exercise during icebreakers or youth group. So the three that I would pick, some I carry on me every day. The first is a pack of business cards from my mom's dad, like I said before, my grandpa, Harold Kaiser. Not only did I follow Masonic Lodge, he was a big inspiration in my life in many ways, kind of the great patriarch that held my family together, and miss him deeply. A lot of the jokes that my cousins and I still have involve him, a lot of the family traditions that we have participated in the past, and some we continue on were because of his legacy. So instead of having a pack of cards, there's business cards on me at this time. I have his desk placard or title, but with those business cards, usually all the important moments in my life, asking Kristen to marry me, my wedding, being ordained, having my ecclesiastical council, graduating seminary, usually my installation services for being a pastor. All those major milestones of my life, I've carried those cards with me, and for many people, even those close to me, never knew that. So, secrets out of the bag. I carry those cards as a remembrance of him and who I am to carry on my portion of his legacy. Also, I carry around, I would grab pictures, either a picture of my immediate family. Family is extremely important to me, even though I live a little bit farther away than the rest of my immediate family, and a picture of Chris and I when we got engaged. That was a very special moment. Again, the family was part of it, but about our family growing as we were going to be soon married after that. But following my heart and who I believe that God has called me to be with, Kristen. So that's my number 2 thing. And my third thing is the cross necklace that I wear every day. And I got this when it's a wooden cross with a leather lanyard or rope on it. Probably one of those that you get from Oriental Trading or the dollar store, something that doesn't have a lot of monetary price. But I got that when I was 15 on my first mission trip to Savannah, Georgia. And I mostly went as a 15-year-old, wanting to go kind of on vacation, see a different part of the country, not really there to serve other people or to learn new skills about home improvement. But when I was on that mission trip, we were doing a icebreaker, maybe a Stations of the Cross is how I remember it. But I was with one of my friends from my youth group walking around, thinking that I was too cool for school, that I didn't really want to be involved in doing any of the stations or activities. So I had a woman tap me on the shoulder, a person I had never met on the first day. And she said that the night before they drove down to the mission trip with her group, that she had a dream or a vision, and I was in it. She didn't know my name, didn't know anything about me other than that I was doing a lot of soul searching of what God's place was in my life and where God was calling me to be, and that this woman would meet this person who she didn't know, and that she was supposed to give me a cross, and said, "You'll know what this means later." So I had a woman come to me, complete stranger, tell me this backstory that she had a dream about me and that God had some plans for my life. I was kind of skeptical and a little creeped out that this happened. And then after that moment, I never saw that woman again. I mean, there were 400 or 500 people at this mission trip site, but I did find out later on what God had in store for my life, getting involved in youth group and mission trips in later years, and feeling the call to go to seminary and become a ordained minister in the UCC. So I've worn that probably every single day of my life since I was 15 years old. So 20 years now. So there are some things about getting to know me, and feel free to share some things that I would never guess about you, or some prized possessions that you might have. So thank you for being part of this time. I hope to see you Sunday. And until then, may it be so.